Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about categories. Categories are kind of fundamental to the way that WordPress works. WordPress will organize all of your posts or articles, into categories. So it's important to understand categories, how to create them, etc. So basically, it's really simple. There's several ways to create a category, but for now, we're just going to do it from this left-hand column. Under the post heading, there's a subheading called categories. I'm simply going to click on that and it brings me to a page called categories. I'm going to create a category called point and shoot. Whoops. I want to capitalize that S for display purposes. I'm going to ignore the slug. WordPress will create that. You don't need to worry about that. I'm not going to really be dealing with parent and child categories. That's for a little more advanced users. And I don't really need a description for this category, so I'm going to leave that blank, and I'm going to just click on Add New Category, and right up here in this category list, I've got my new category. So it's really as simple as that to create a new category. But okay, so now that I've created this category, what am I going to do with it? Well, I have a photography blog, so why on earth would I have a category called photography? So I'm going to reorganize my categories. I'm going to make more specific categories for my articles because photography is way too general. This is the start of that process. I wrote an article on point and shoots. I'm planning on writing some more articles on point and shoot cameras in the future, so I wanted to create a category called point and shoot. The next step is to assign an existing article to point and shoot. I'm going to go find the article right down here. Don't laugh at point and shoots. I could go to quick edit. If I click on quick edit, I could simply change the category there, but I'm not going to do that because I want to show you something. I'm going to go to the full edit page, so the edit post page. Over here on the right, you can see I have this list of categories. I'm going to uncheck photography and I'm going to check point and shoot, and now I'm going to hit update. And that's really all there is to it. So you're not stuck with categories assigned to posts once you've done it. You can always change them later on like I'm doing. Like I said, I want to reorganize my categories. I'm not really happy with the way I did this. And it's that simple. So I guess the only other thing that you really need to know, let's create a new post. So I'm going to create a new post by clicking Add Post. And I'm going to call it Test Post. And let's say I've written an article. Here's my new article, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so there's my article. And I want to assign it to one of these categories. Well, let's say I wrote an article on Photoshop Elements. That's not a good category because that's actually password protected for students. But let's just say it's not. Let's say I wrote an article on Photoshop Elements. I would click on that, assign that category to Test Post. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give it a category of fun. Let's say I wrote an article that was non-photography related and is kind of lighthearted. So now I have a category assigned to it called fun. All right, fine. So I'll save it as a draft. And I'll go back to my posts list. And any second now. Okay, so here we go. Here's my test post that I just created, and it's in draft mode, and it's assigned the category of fun. So it's really that simple. I mean, you just create a couple of categories. I would recommend 5 or 6 general categories. Don't make them too general like I did. Like photography is just stupid. I mean, that's way too general for a photography website, right? So create about 5 or 6 categories that you feel will sort of run the gamut of the kind of articles you're going to be writing on your blog. I mean, you can have more. It doesn't matter. I think 5 or 6 is a good number because, it's good for your users. The point is, the reason you want to create categories is because, let me go to the front end of my website. Now, down in the footer here, I have all the categories listed. So if somebody wants to search my blog for certain categories, and let's say they just want to have the articles displayed on advanced tutorials. So I'm going to click on advanced, and WordPress archive for the advanced category. It's automatically going to show all of the articles that were assigned the advanced category. Now, granted, this is a child category of this major category called tutorials. I could click on that, and now it's going to give me all of the articles on tutorials, and there's a lot of them. I think I've got like 11 or 12. So, excuse me, I created some articles on, more specific tutorials like beginning, advanced, or intermediate. So it's just easier for my users. If they're a beginner, they can just click on beginner, and here are all the tutorials on Photoshop for beginners. Okay? So that's kind of how it works. Now, I just want to reiterate that I didn't do the most intelligent strategy in terms of categories, so I'm going to redo mine. Let me just go back to categories one more time and show you. Here are all my categories. Photography, I'm either going to get rid of it, or I'm going to do what I did down here with a parent and child categories. In another video, I'll address parent and child categories, but I think for now, that's all you really need to know. You create a category, you assign it to a post, and WordPress does the rest. It's really that simple. All right, hope this clears up categories for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.